If you watched the last video in our growing series, you already know what kills seedlings after transplanting. But there's a problem that happens before any of that. One that starts right here in the tray, under the lights, while everything still looks fine. Your seedling outgrows its cell, the roots hit the walls, and with nowhere left to go, they start circling. That's a root-bound plant. And a root-bound plant going into the ground is already behind before it even starts. Today I'm going to show you how to spot it, how to fix it, and how to pot up without setting the plant back at all. Welcome back to the farm. This video sits right in the middle of our seed starting series, between starting seeds, hardening off, and transplanting. If you've missed either of those, I'll link them right here. But if your seedlings are sitting in trays right now, and you're not sure if they're ready to go outside yet, this is exactly where you are in the process. Here's the thing about seeding in a small cell. It starts out with plenty of room, but the roots grow fast. And once they reach the edge of this container, they don't stop. They circle, they tangle, they compress, and what you end up with is a root system that essentially is tied in a knot inside the container. When you transplant a root-bound plant, the tangled root system doesn't just magically sort itself out in the ground. It keeps circling. That plant struggles to take up water and nutrients efficiently. It's slow to establish, and you lose weeks of growth right in the beginning of the season. In the seed starting mistake video, I talked about starting too early and ended up with leggy root-bound plants by planting day. This is how you fix that before it becomes a bigger problem. There are 3 signs I look for. The first one, and most obvious, roots coming out of the drainage holes at the bottom of the cell. If you can see white roots poking through, the plant needs more room yesterday. Second sign, the plant dries out faster than everything else in the tray. When roots have filled the container, there's less soil holding moisture. You'll notice you're watering that section more often, that the plant is telling you it's cramped. Third sign, and this one's sneaky, the plant just stops growing. It looks great for 2 weeks and then nothing. No new leaves, no height. It just stalled because it's out of room. Don't mistake the stall for the plant being healthy. It's stuck. All right, you've got a root-bound seedling. I'm cheating. This is my root-bound seedling because I don't have a true seedling, but this is root-bound. Here's exactly what we do first. Water the plant well an hour or 2 before you go to pot it up. A moist root ball holds together better than a dry one. It'll come out of the cell cleanly and you're less likely to snap the roots. Choose a container that's 1 size up from where it is now, not 2 sizes. You don't want to go into a giant pot, 1 step up. When you put a small plant in a large container, the excess soil stays wet for too long and you risk dampening off the plant. 1 step at a time. Fill the bottom of the new container with fresh potting mix, not seed starting mix. At this stage, you want real potting mix with some structure and some nutrients in it. Gently squeeze the sides of the old cell to loosen the root ball. Slide it out. You'll probably see the roots are circling. Take your fingers and gently tease them loose at the bottom. You don't need to be aggressive. Just break the pattern so that the roots know that they can grow outward again. Set the plant in the new container and at the same depth it was growing before. Fill in around it firmly with some soil, but be gentle at the same time. You don't want any air pockets. And leave a little space at the top for watering. Water it right away thoroughly. You want the new soil to settle around the roots with no dry pockets. Then put it back either under lights or in a protected area if it was outside. Even if you had it hardened off, give it 2 or 3 days to recover from the root disturbance before it faces outdoor harsh conditions again. It'll look a little tired for a day or so, that's normal. But by day 3, you should see it perk back up and start putting on new growth. That's the sign it's settled in and is ready for the next step. Now, if you're thinking, man, this sounds like a lot of work, sometimes it is. So I'm going to give you a cheat. Try soil blocking. I'll link the video that we did on it here, and you can actually find this in our Amazon store in the description below. This eliminates a lot of the issues with plants getting root bound. Doesn't eliminate having to pot up completely. There are circumstances where you will, but this might make this process something you rarely have to do. All right, 3 signs your seedling is ready to pot up: roots out the drainage holes, dries out faster than the rest, or stops growing. Water it first, move up 1 container size, tease those circling roots loose, firm it in, water again, and let it recover for a few days. Once it's settled in the new container and putting on new growth, that's when you start the new hardening off process we covered in the last video. These 2 steps work together. Get both right, and your plant goes into the ground strong instead of already stressed. If you've been following this series, setup, lighting, seed starting mistakes, and hardening off, and potting up, you now have the full picture from seed to ground. I will link the series here. If you missed one, drop a comment and tell me what you're growing now and whether you've ever had a root bound situation you didn't catch in time. I read every single one of the comments. Until next time, live life in full bloom.